Hi, I'm Andy Lundberg, Tile Sales Manager for Husqvarna Construction Products. If you ever need to cut big tile, the FRS line of saws may be just what you need. We have the FRS-30 and the 38. You see the 38 here, and we have a larger model that is 51 inches long called the FRS-51, oddly, that takes a 14-inch blade and uses a 220-volt motor. Now, the great things about our FRS-30 and 31 are that they're made for a tile guy. The blades take a 5/8 inch arbor, not a 1-inch arbor. The motor takes a 110-volt outlet, not a 220, which you'll find in a lot of our competitors' models. And the saw is sturdy, and it'll last a long time. When you look at the construction of the saw, you have two solid steel bars. These bars will not flex, bend, or move when you're making long cuts. For instance, this FRS-38 will diagonal a 24-inch tile. It moves to a 45-degree, locks in place to do miter cuts. A lot of our competitors' saws, the rail system that they use as opposed to the rods, the solid steel rods we use, will actually bow and flex so that when you're making your cut, it's not straight. And if you don't have a straight miter cut, you might as well not have a miter cut. The saw comes with the 10-inch blade, which you can see here. It pivots up and down to take all the way to an 8-inch blade. And the FRS-38 can even do some jobs that most of our competitors cannot. You can actually remove the blade guard, take the TM5 off that comes with, and replace it with the profile wheel. The blade guard is thick enough to accommodate a profile wheel. It might be necessary to raise your material up a couple of inches in order for the blade to reach it. But once it's on, you can actually profile large pieces of tile, marble, or granite with the FRS-38. That's pretty cool. Because rail saws of this type can be a little bit cumbersome, we actually include wheels with this saw. Both the FRS-30 and 38 have wheels that are attached. It's very simple. To lower the saw, when you lower it, it lands on wheels. There's a handle on the other end. You can pick the saw up, and it moves around just exactly like a wheelbarrow. You can take it wherever you want. That's pretty handy when you're on a job site, especially if there's only one of you. One other thing, you may have noticed one of the legs has designed a little bit differently than the others. This is so that when you are on a job site where the ground is not straight, which of course I know you'd never be on, but just in case you were, you can adjust the level of the legs so that you get a perfectly level surface to make your cuts on. All in all, the saw is made in Italy just for Felker. German bearings, the best you can get. Solid steel rails. Felker quality through and through. Is it the cheapest saw on the market? No, it's not. Is it the best? We believe it is. Hi, I'm Andy Lundberg, Tile Sales Manager for Husqvarna Construction Products. And today we have with us the FRS-26. You might guess by the name that it has a 26-inch rip cut. If you ever need a small, lightweight saw that'll diagonal an 18-inch tile, rip cut at 24, and you need to move it back and forth or up and down stairs, the FRS-26 is designed just for that purpose. The FRS-26 is powered by a 1-horsepower motor, runs on 110, comes with an 8-inch blade standard, and does spring-assisted plunge cuts. That comes in handy on the larger tile when you have to put outlet openings in. Much safer than trying to hold the tile up to the blade, and it's a lot straighter cut. From the back side of the FRS-26, you can see the locking handle to hold the blade in place at the right depth, the extension, which is handy for larger tile, and a very nice handle. This handle makes the saw very portable. You can actually move it like a suitcase, and we'll see that in just a minute. The FRS-26 is full of surprises from every angle. Up till now, we've seen the saw sitting upright on all four legs. But the legs also remove. Once removed, the saw will sit on a countertop and you can do your cutting that way. And another nice surprise is that once those legs are removed, there's a storage area underneath the FRS-26 that allow you to carry the saw and the legs all at once to the next job. As you can see, the four legs are stored underneath the saw. Here's the handle we talked about. I'm ready to go to the next job.